going on, everyone? Welcome back to a new video. My name is of course Paul. Now for the start of this video I've got to take you way back to about 2,500 miles ago when we took this to Daventry to be stage 1 mapped by Revo. And welcome back to a new video. Now this one is more of a vloggy style video. As you can see, I've got the ST edition behind me. I'm waiting for fellow content creator ST Rach because we're heading down to Revo Performance Centre. This is getting stage 1 mapped, so let's wait for Rachel to arrive. So while we wait in the morning mist, I've just spotted this close to the Tesla superchargers, and this is of course in the service station, so that's a bit random, but yeah. So hopefully with the way fuel is at the minute, it shouldn't be too bad when we get this mapped, but I guess we'll see. So we're now making good headway. We've just come through the M6 toll. I've got 49 minutes left to go. Been an okay journey up to now. I've averaged 42 miles per gallon though in the Focus. That's unheard of. I've never got 42. Even on the journey to London a while ago, I was only getting about 36. It is absolutely foggy around here though. We started off dead, like really foggy this morning and misty. Went into some sunshine and now we're back into the fog again. So hopefully not much longer and we'll be at Revo. The car is now inside the garage at Revo, ready to be stage 1'd. If you want to see more information on this, by the way, check out Rachel's channel, which will be linked in the description down below. Let's go ahead, let's let Revo do the thing, get stage 1, and then we'll see just how good stage 1 map really is.
We've got a bit of an overrun, so Paul, take it away.
Hey guys, got more.
That was nice.
So huge thanks to the team here at Revo for putting the map on the car. I'm going to drive it home. The weather's took a bit of a turn, it's now raining. So this video will now continue further on into the week, but I will be back and let you know just how good it is to drive this car with the Revo map on it and just how good it is overall in general. Huge thanks to Rachel. You'll find her links at the end of the video and also in the description down below, especially to more talk and her Instagram, etc. So make sure you check them out. But I'm going to head home, head back to Liverpool. Okay. So I've not quite made it back to Liverpool yet, but I am at Rugby Services and I've noticed a few things on the drive home. So, putting it into sports mode, the overrun of the pops and bangs is unbelievable. It never used to pop and bang at all, apart from the odd occasion when they blip it, it'll pop and bang a little bit. Now, all the time, all the time. It feels dead nice to drive in normal mode, which I don't know whether that's part of the map, but onwards back to Liverpool and then we'll carry on this video when the weather's a lot better than this because it's absolutely freezing right now. My word. Unbelievable. Absolutely unreal. Compared to what it was like standard, this is a whole different animal. Revo have really done the business with this. It's really opened the car up now. I mean, really opened it up. It's them pops and bangs are unbelievable. And it's now constant. It's not like it's a one-time only thing and then it stops. It's now a constant. I mean, I've got nothing to compare it to. Obviously, a lot of the guys on the Mark 4 Facebook page use Mount Tune. You've got the Dream Science one, which is the plug-in box. But for me, this is just unbelievable. Now, if we're talking fuel economy, obviously there's a big difference in sports mode and race mode compared to normal. But in normal mode, I've actually found that I'm getting better fuel economy than what I was when it was not mapped. So I'm actually getting better fuel economy. I'm getting roughly somewhere in the region of 28 to around 35 miles per gallon. If I take it on a big run, we're talking upwards of 45 to 48 miles per gallon on a good run. Now, whereas I was only seeing roughly somewhere around 23 to 26 standard, and on a good run somewhere upwards of around 34, 35. So it's definitely changed the fueling system, plus the fact that you can use either of the two fuels. Now you can use the 95 or the 99. Doesn't really make any odds because the way they've set it up is set up for either fueling. It'll know what's in it and it'll adapt to that fuel, which is absolutely superb. I mean, I can't fault that at all. I used one tank of 95, and even then I was like, I don't want to put this in, but I feel like I need to, just to test out what it's like under those conditions. And you know what? It didn't make that much difference at all, really. I was able to use 95, the car adapted to it. You still got pops and bangs, but it wasn't as much. So the car knew exactly what fuel was in this at that time. Like, I've just been to Tesco now, I've put momentum in it. Now, as I say, I've got nothing to compare it to, as I've never ever mapped a car before. Revo have just moved on to doing stage 2, that's coming out soon. I've seen the development car, it's a white Mark 4 ST, and it's unreal. It really is unreal. I've seen it, it flew past me.
Oh, that's them.
And the whole car shook. Now, what obviously the map does is you lose the speed limit. So where the car is limited on its speed, it's not no more. It will just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. But when you put it into the sports mode and the car seems to wake itself up, the noise seems a lot more aggressive from the back. I mean, I've turned the in-car speakers off using 4Scan, and the noise just seems a lot more aggressive. I mean, if we go to a second gear pull, that just literally wakes this car up. In sports mode, the car is just a completely different animal. But I mean, you can put it back into normal mode and it will literally cruise along. It will be absolutely just like nothing's gone on with the car. The cars may as well not even be mapped in normal mode, because it makes no difference apart from the fact that it seems to give me better fuel economy. And that's something that I can't quite put my finger on, because they did say that it would stay roughly around the same, but I'm finding I'm getting better fuel economy. But obviously I can't thank ST-Rach enough for organising it, Revo for doing it. The Performance Centre down in Daventry is absolutely fantastic. You know, you've got that mix of when you walk in, you see some of the cars on display, some of the like the things that they make, you know, like the brake kits, the discs, etc. You know, for certain cars, like they do a lot of Volkswagen Audi stuff. You see all that on display, and it's all nice. And you walk into the actual like bays, and it's really nice and tidy. It's lovely and clean. There's some more cars in there to have a look around. We didn't get to go on the dyno, but the map does open this car up. So it's 280 PS standard. It now pushes somewhere around 330, and I think they've mentioned somewhere in the region of 510 newton meters of torque right now. And it's very, very torquey. You can feel it pulling, even through all them gears. You know, you just feel it constantly wanting to pull. I don't think you can go wrong. Them pops are just unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable. They are unreal. It never used to do that. It wasn't that loud, and now it's just a constant thing now of just popping and banging. I mean, yeah, it's not to everyone's taste, but it does make you feel like a big kid. It really does. I mean, like right now, I'm still in sports mode, but I'm just cruising along. And if we go through the menus on the car, it's saying it's averaging 23.5, and that's obviously in sports mode. So if we obviously, you know, if we try and update that, when we go through the OK to reset it all, and we'll see what it pushes out on me. I'm just cruising at 40 mile an hour. It's going to drop to a 30 any second, so obviously we're going through different roads. Right now it's averaging out 60 mile per gallon according to the trip, 58, 57, somewhere around there. That's what it's roughly averaging out to. That's amazing. I mean, even for the fact the car's mapped, here I am in 5th gear, just cruising along. So roughly it's just averaged it out after coming to a brief stop, and it's coming up at 28.4 mile per gallon, and that's in sports mode. And that's a little tiny bit of spirited driving. If I was to switch it back into normal and reset the trip again, you know, that's something else that people will be obviously concerned with. People will be thinking, if I get my car mapped, you know, am I going to be looking at really bad fuel consumption? So you got to take that into account. I mean, right now, 42.5 mile per gallon in normal. Driving nice, driving at 45 mile an hour in a 50 right now because there's a bit of traffic, but you can't go. I'm coming to a brief stop right now at the traffic lights, and it's averaging out 45.7 mile per gallon. Now, I was enjoying the car to begin with, no matter what. I mean, even if the car wasn't mapped, I was enjoying the car for what it is. Obviously, when I bought the white one was basically to see if it could do well on YouTube compared to the Astra GTC BXR. It was a great car, but I just felt it was a little bit dated. That's why I wanted something a bit newer, something with Apple CarPlay, something that could cruise along quite happily and make me feel like a big kid with them pops and bangs, as you know. But when the edition got announced, and I was like, oh my god, I should have just waited. But the way the world was with the dreaded weather, as you know, they flipped itself upside down. A lot of stuff closed down, like factories, etc. So there was no new cars being made. But then, when this got announced, and there was 302, I believe now, not including the side of Europe sales, apparently there's maybe just over 1,000 if you include the ones in Europe. So there's a lot of additions about, but there's still a lot of Mark 4 STs kicking about too. So people are always going to want to get those mapped. So it just depends where they're going to go, obviously. But I mean, for me, even though I did get this for free from Revo, obviously thanks to Rachel and the team over at Revo, it's probably still something I would have went with. Revo's probably still the one I would have went, you know what, yeah, okay. Because I was looking at the Dream Science, and then I was like, maybe Revo might be the best choice anyway, because of how the fueling system works, and reading up on it, and they developed it, and the development car itself. So I was looking at the video on the development car. So I think this was definitely, for me, Revo was the right choice. And I've done nearly 10,000 miles now in this car, and it never fails to put a smile on my face. It never fails, never. And now it just makes it even better with that Revo tune on it, and hearing the noises, the pops and the bangs, and yeah, it's just made it a truly special car. It really is. So Revo, if you go on the website for Revo, I'm going to leave that linked in the description down below this video. There's only some deals that you can get to get the Revo software. If you go on their search engine, you can find a retailer that will do the Revo map, but it'll be local to you rather than travelling all the way down to Daventry to get it done at the RPC. But if you want to visit the RPC, then that's something else you can do, because that's a truly great day out. We had a great day out, apart from the fact that it rained during the day, so we couldn't finish this video off, which is why it's now getting done. What the Revo software gives you, it's temperature protection, enhanced protection based on oil, air and coolant temperatures. So it will know, the computer will read itself, and the map will know what's going on. Speed limit unlock, like I said to you earlier on, so it unlocks the speed limit. You got the exhaust overrun, as I've shown you, because them pops and bangs are unbelievable. I love them to bits now compared to what it was standard, but obviously it still won't do it in normal mode. It is just sport and track mode. Adaptive software, which means that you can use the 95 or up to 102 RON fuel, and the system will also know what type of fueling's being put in the car. According to this page, there's 400 Revo dealers that are probably localer to you than Daventry is, but if you want to visit the RPC, go for the RPC. Car also has grille shutters on the front. Now, they did open, but they were quite slow in opening when you put it into sports mode, etc. The Revo software has now developed that to the point where it will now open sooner. So they will open quicker to get that airflow in, to keep the temperature as cool as possible. Huge thanks to Rachel for organising the day. Huge thanks to the team at Revo for fitting us in to map the car. It's changed it unbelievably. But now Rachel doesn't know this, but I'm actually going to pass the video over to her to end the video. Good luck, Rach. Away you go.
Thanks, Paul. And again, thanks to Revo for mapping the car. It has changed it unbelievably. Now, over on my channel, in a few weeks' time, there will be a video going out comparing a standard T edition to a Stage 1. But anyway, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Paul's channel, leave a like, and Paul will see you back with another video. See you later. Bye.